This is a sad story, and there are multiple parts to it. I'm going to present the story to you in its entirety, and then I'll have my little dissertation at the end of it.
The Malvern community coming together tonight to pray for Steven McDonald. The NYPD detective who was shot and paralyzed decades ago in the line of duty is now in the hospital after a heart attack. Nightside's Virginia Huey is at tonight's vigil. Virginia?
Steven McDonald's family asked for prayers after he suffered a massive heart attack on Friday. Tonight, hundreds answered the call. In the heart of Malvern Village, hundreds gathered on this frigid night for a candlelight vigil to send a message of hope and healing to one of their own. NYPD detective Steven McDonald, who became a symbol of perseverance after he was paralyzed in a 1986 on-duty shooting, is fighting for his life after suffering a massive heart attack at his Malvern home on Friday. But he's not alone in his battle.
Bring him the fullness of your love, grace, mercy, and healing.
Members of the Malvern community are sending the power of prayer to McDonald and his family. The vigil drew people from all walks of life, fellow police officers, firefighters, clergy, friends, and strangers who wanted to show support for a man who inspired them. For more than 30 years, McDonald has traveled in his wheelchair with his portable ventilator to spread a life lesson about the power of forgiveness. McDonald forgave the 15-year-old boy who shot him in the spine in July 1986, leaving the then 29-year-old cop paralyzed from the neck down. Longtime friend Ed Mahoney says McDonald changed his life.
A lot of being around him and seeing his love for everybody and everything, that he makes you want to forgive, and he makes you want to believe there is a supreme being.
McDonald remains hospitalized in critical but stable condition, while his wife Patty Ann, son Connor, and extended family are keeping vigil at his bedside. Malvern residents want them to know they have their love and support.
Guy exudes grace and confidence, and just he needs us right now.
We love them, we support them. I think that they can feel it where they are right now, that the community is here for them. And God willing, there'll be a miracle and things will heal.
The deputy mayor of Malvern says the McDonald family is very grateful for the outpouring of love and support from the community. They also say the prayers are giving them strength in their time of need. In Malvern, Virginia Huey, News 12, Long Island.
The story continues, and unfortunately things took a turn for the worse.
Detective Steven McDonald had been in critical condition since suffering a massive heart attack Friday.
And News 12 Long Island's Daniel Campbell takes a look back at his life and his legacy.
Officer Steven McDonald remembered today as a courageous man whose inspiration and unwavering faith touched the lives of countless here on Long Island and across the globe.
Remember, you're special.
The 59-year-old paralyzed NYPD detective from Malvern spent more than 30 years spreading a message of hope and forgiveness. It was July of 1986. McDonald was shot 3 times by a 15-year-old bike thief in Central Park while on patrol. The last bullet through his throat paralyzed him from the neck down. He publicly forgave the teenager. At the time, his wife Patty Ann was pregnant with their son Connor.
The boy stepped closer and shot me in the throat, and then as I laid on the ground, he stepped over me and shot me a 3rd time. I said, God, I don't want to die.
Confined to a wheelchair and relying on a ventilator, McDonald's message of perseverance, holding on to faith, and the power of forgiveness served as a beacon of hope for many. He traveled to Northern Ireland, Israel, Croatia, and Bosnia with his message of peace. News 12 traveled with him to Lourdes, France, where he and special needs students from Long Island journeyed on a pilgrimage of faith.
You pray for me, I'll pray for you.
He brought his message to lawmakers in Washington, school students, prisoners, and gang members. He was promoted to first-grade detective, and his son Connor is now a sergeant in the NYPD, making him the 4th generation to serve. McDonald lived far longer than the medical community expected. Friends say it was expert care, his loving family, and his Christian faith that kept him alive for so long. Officer Steven McDonald will always be remembered as a man who devoted his life teaching others to forgive.
Love and forgiveness are a power and a strength. You're always a winner and you're never a loser when you can forgive.
Danielle Campbell, News 12, Long Island.
A wake for Detective McDonald will be at St. Agnes Parish Center. That's tomorrow and Thursday, and a funeral mass will be held Friday morning at St. Patrick's Cathedral.
And there's a third part to this.
Remembering a Long Island hero today, wake services began for NYPD Detective Steven McDonald from Malvern. Chopper 12 over the St. Agnes Parish Center in Rockville Center today. Thousands are expected to come and pay their respects to Detective McDonald. The 59-year-old died yesterday afternoon. Now, in 1986, McDonald was shot 3 times in the line of duty by a 15-year-old bike thief in Central Park. He was paralyzed from the neck down and expected to die, but he fought back. McDonald publicly forgave the teenager who tried to kill him and lived for another 30 years, traveling to spread the power of forgiveness and hope. Now you see Detective McDonald's casket here being brought into St. Agnes Parish Center today for his wakes this afternoon, tonight, and tomorrow. A full NYPD funeral with an expected 5,000 people in attendance is planned for 9:30 Friday morning at St. Patrick's Cathedral in Manhattan. And Timothy Cardinal Dolan, a close friend of McDonald's, will officiate.
That's a very sad story. It's amazing the tenacity that this guy had to hold on. And it's also amazing that he lived as long as he did. I think that's a wonderful thing. They mentioned about forgiveness. Now, yeah, you forgive and forget with a lot of things. I do understand that. But there are certain situations in my life where things have happened to me and I've either done things about it or it just is what it is. And for any of my actions, I see no remorse. I give no remorse. And for other things that happen to me, various different circumstances, I don't forgive. I don't. This man was truly something special because he was able to do that. This guy shot him. All the man was doing his job. And this guy shot him, ended up paralyzing him, and changed his life forever. And for him to be in a wheelchair and in that condition and forgive this guy, this man was really something special. I have word, I don't know if it's absolutely true, but the guy that shot this cop, he spent 10 years in jail for that. After he was released, 3 days later he was in a motorcycle accident and died. But this cop actually phoned him in prison and forgave him for what he did. Personally, me, I don't understand that. If you double-cross me, well, as far as I'm concerned, you're fucked. Different strokes for different folks, really, is what it is. I can't do that, and I guess that really is part of my upbringing and having too much bad shit happen to me that was unjust and unfair. And, I mean, I can go on and on with examples, but I don't want to bore you with all that. This video is long enough. But anyway, a somber day here, certainly. And I just wanted to share that with you because I think this man really had something that I envy because I don't have that in me. A lot of little things, of course, I can forgive and forget, but sometimes there's some big stuff that happens and I don't let go. Some people hold grudges, some don't. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Make sure you click like, make sure you click subscribe, and take care. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.